Hey, so this is hopefully going to be the first in a new series that we're going to have called Bad Statistics. And as the name implies, we're going to be trying to break down some of the myths or maybe some of the things that you're not aware of regarding statistics in order to make it easier for you guys in your everyday non-scientific lives to address when you come across statistics whether or not they're legitimate and whether or not you should maybe be a little suspicious of them. Unfortunately, for those of us like me who are not mathematicians and who don't enjoy math in any capacity, science is full of math in a variety of ways. One of the biggest of which is statistics. Statistics is the tool we use to determine whether or not our data says something in terms of whether there are differences or similarities or patterns. It's really important to understand how statistics works as well, because they tend to be the vehicle in which results are portrayed to the general public. So based on the conditions that you collected your data in and the type of data you have and different patterns that you see in your data even before you do any statistics, a really specific set of tests and procedures that you need to run on your data. And so if you don't have all of the details from somebody's study, it can be really hard to tell if they use the right corrections and procedures and things. And even when you are trained in this and you are expected to be able to do this successfully on a daily basis, it can be really overwhelming with the number of things you have to take into consideration. So this first video is going to be on the statement that was made in an eHarmony commercial a few months back. I haven't seen the commercial on television for several months, so I don't think they're running it anymore. A very quick Google search did not come up with any information on the specific fact that I'm talking about. There were a lot of other links available with information on a lot of the other claims that eHarmony does make. In particular, they just had a study published not too long ago in the Proceedings for the National Academy of Science. And there's a link to that below if you're interested. I couldn't read the actual study because it's behind a paywall, which I'm sure will get talked about in one of our upcoming videos on scientific publications. However, I did read a couple of quick articles that summarized it. The article, from what I understand, doesn't address the current claim I'm talking about today at all. I'm going to go ahead and assess the statement based on the information that's available in the commercial. Because that's really what we're getting at with these videos where science is funny, is that science should be presented to the public in a way that allows the public to truly understand the study that has been done. So to get to the exciting part of this video, or what I have been told is the exciting part of this video, because from what I understand, my spontaneous rants on the subject have been highly amusing. The claim that eHarmony makes is that people who are utilizing eHarmony are more likely to find a relationship than people who aren't utilizing eHarmony, which is just utterly ridiculous. And I'm hoping that this one is fairly apparent and easy for you guys to see through without any sort of scientific explanation, because I like to think that you're smart enough to understand that. But the number of people that are not on eHarmony who aren't looking for a relationship in the first place is just ridiculous. Like, of course, people who are using a resource that costs money, that allows them to actively search for a relationship and put energy and time into finding that relationship, are more likely to find a relationship than everybody else in the population. The number of people who are not on eHarmony that are not looking for a relationship is just ridiculous. You've got people who are in any sort of committed relationship, whether you're in a long-term relationship with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or you're engaged, or you're married, or any sort of relationship that you're not actively looking for another one. Anybody who is, I don't know, recently divorced or lost a significant other in some capacity and aren't ready to be in a relationship. People who are older and who maybe lost the person that they've been with, and so they're not interested in finding another one because that was the love of their life. Or children, anybody who's not old enough to date yet and therefore not interested in finding a relationship. People who just don't want a relationship. There are some people out there who are just not interested. They like being by themselves, and that's fine. I can't even think of other people right now, but I know there are some. So it is so ridiculous to me to claim that a group of people who are defined by their use of a resource that allows them to actively search for a relationship are more likely to find one than everybody else with any sort of a criteria who are only defined by the fact that they're not using this one resource. It just goes without saying. That really says nothing about eHarmony. All it says is that some people are looking for relationships, and then there's this other group of people who are maybe looking for them, but maybe aren't. It's possible that in the study they use some sort of specific sector of the population who aren't using eHarmony that makes it more reasonable to compare those two. It's very possible that they're using only people who are actively looking for a relationship but not using eHarmony. Or I don't know, maybe even people who are using online dating sites but not using eHarmony. But the fact of the matter is that the way it was presented in the commercial leaves that totally up for interpretation. It's very ambiguous, and so it would be very easy to skew the statistics so that it makes it look like eHarmony is really good because you have a better chance of finding a relationship there, when in reality the comparison is totally ridiculous. So I guess the moral of the story is be skeptical of statistics and think about what the words they're using actually mean. And hopefully you guys have found this as amusing as my friends have. I don't know that this one was as funny as my spontaneous rants, but I hope you thought it was. And also subscribe to our channel. We are hopefully going to start putting more videos up on a regular basis. So thanks for watching.